Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Fishbowl Topics. I'm your host, Quinn Fish, and we streaming, baby. So today I got a few topics I want to discuss, man. Um, one is real important, man, especially in relationships, and this is anything in life, man. When God get ready to put you in a certain place, you can't go backwards. You dig what I'm saying? You know, so the first topic we're gonna talk about is stop chasing ghost relationships. Fellas and women, it's for both of us, y'all. We got get tendency habit of when we not in a relationship that we want, we tend to try to go backwards and try to find old people and try to fill that empty void. And that's not the way to go. You feel me? So the thing is, you want to keep moving forward. Those doors, they were shut for a reason. So you don't. There's no reason to go backwards. You're chasing ghosts. I mean, we're not chasing no ghost relationships. And I got another one too. It says, so moving towards the future. You know what I mean? It's very important that you stay focused on the future because the past it's already happened. So there's no need to go backwards. You can't go backwards. You gotta keep moving forward. You gotta keep moving forward. That's what God wants. That's the whole idea. That's the design of creation is to move forward, not go backwards. That's why time moves forward. You can't go back. It goes forward. That's a law. So it's important that we align ourselves with these laws of creation and timing because timing is important too. It could cost you everything if you not catch things on time. When you miss the timing, that means you screwed up. So you have to wait for another round, the cycle to go to get back to where you want to go. So you don't want to miss your timing. Timing is everything. Um, Nothing happens overnight. That's another topic that I want to discuss today too. I know sometimes we get frustrated in life, and at myself, my situation that I've been through. We want things to happen now, right? We gotta get it now. It's like we gotta do it. It takes time. Everything takes time, patience, timing. Um, and yeah, of course we want it now. We want it now. We want it overnight, but that's not how it works, unfortunately. So we're gonna touch on that too, man. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you, and I promise to give good content to the masses. And you know, keep it real, man. We're gonna keep it real, man, straight up. So, um, just got a new job. So you know what I mean. So I've been going through a situation myself, man. Where I lost everything, and I can share some of my experiences now and talk to you guys about it, especially about all three of these things for real that I had to learn and I had to realize, and you wondering why when you try to go and you go against the the laws of creation, you wonder why nothing happened. It doors they shut. You can't go back to those doors anymore. Those relationships, those people, even jobs, even old jobs. You think you can. Well, sometimes I guess you can go back to old jobs, but the thing is, you want to move forward to new things. You don't want to go back to no old job. You know what I mean? Old people. It's okay to go back and visit those people. You can go back to your old job, visit, eat there, but you want to move forward. You know what I mean? You don't want to stay at a job too long either because that's not what it's meant for. You meant to work there for a season, learn, and move forward. So you never want to stay in the past. Fellas, ladies, can't do it. It just don't work like that, man. So I had a friend of mine, and even me, man. When I was wondering why I couldn't get, I was going back to old jobs, and I was trying to, hey, are you hiring? I'm trying to get back to these old jobs, and I'm wondering why God got the door shut. And then every old job I went to, man, no, we're not hiring. If they were hiring, They never called me. You know what I mean? And I get it. It's not. If you go backwards, how can you move forward? That means you're stuck. You know what I mean? You never want to get stuck trying to um, go back in the past, man. This is like going backwards. You can't. And I and like even moving into the future, right? So the future is already in us. It's not about what's out there, it's what's inside of you. And once you can unlock that part and you can put yourself in that present. You know what I mean? Once you unlock that, you can put yourself in that present moment of the future. You know what I mean? Of your future ideas, endeavors, what have you. Whatever you're doing, whatever you moving, whatever you're trying to do, whatever we remember we talked about this in the last podcast. We have the power to shape our own destiny. We have the power to create our own future. You feel me? And it's nothing but it's about changing up here. It's all about up here, man. Once you change that, once you change your mindset, you can you can put yourself in that present. You know what I mean? It's just that simple, man. And sometimes you want to hold on to old things too, man. And that's not good either because it hinders you from your new success. Remember, I talked about never get comfortable with your old success because when you do that, you hinder yourself from your new success that you can achieve. So you never want to hold on to those. You've done that. You let that go. Keep moving forward. You got another success. You let that go. Don't let it be the enemy of your new success. You know what I mean? And as far as nothing happens overnight, well, I mean, this is how it goes. You know what I mean? So, and I learned that too, man. You got to be patient. It's about being patient, man, and seeing yourself in that present moment while you're going through what you're going through, visualizing it and attacking. You know what I mean? Toughen it, you stick it out. You know what I mean? You rough it out, you know, and you can do it. You got this. So, and I was talking to my dog the other day, and he was talking about some things, man. Like about old relationships. Man, I miss that girl and I miss that old thing. I know you miss it, man, but you know what? God got a bigger plan for you, man. So that's old. You know what I mean? And I had to tell him that, man. And I'm still, I'm still learning. We all still learning. It's always improvement. It's always uh, improvement for learning and growing and enhancement and all that good stuff, man. So you know, uh, I wanted to touch on these topics because I had a real conversation with myself last night, man, and I had to put the right things in the right perspective. You know what I mean? Letting go of old things that I'm trying to hold on to that's pulling me backwards. And then it's messing my mindset up why I can't process my future right if I'm blocking myself from my future and from my future success by trying to hold on to things that's already gone. That's just like my mother. She used to hoard things, and I used to say, "Mom, me and my brothers, we say, Mama, please get rid of this stuff. Get rid of this stuff. Why you trying to keep all this old stuff? You always want to make room for new. You can't keep old stuff and expect new things to come in your life you can't expect God to bring new things in your life and you got old stuff hanging on. You gotta let it go. Out with the old and in with the new, and that is real. Trust me. Especially when you know what? I have a thing to where I give things away, like all my old like jewelry or shit that things that I've enjoyed already. I let somebody else enjoy it. I give it to them. Let them have it. You know what I mean? You get that. You can have that. I'm getting new stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give you all this old stuff. Hey, my old stuff is your new stuff. You feel me? So this is just a point, reference to make, but moving towards the future. So Another thing I wanted to talk about too, man, was as far as relationships, man, why would you want to go back to, you know, uh, I had to come to realization that people change, man, over time. You might have known them at one point. It was all love, it was cool, we was all that and everything. You know what I mean? And even I'm not just using this in like you know, romantic relationship. Like just talking about just in life. Man, people change over time, and and the more time you spend away from them, you don't know what they going through. You don't know what they done. You know nothing. So you trying to rekindle old flames, man. That shit is dangerous. It can hurt you. It hurt me, and I learned a valuable lesson. And that's why I'm sharing it to all, man. I always had this habit of, man, I wish it was the way it was. No, you don't. Skip that. I don't want it to go back to where it was. I want something new. I want something fresh. I want a fresh start. You know what I mean? Fresh start for fresh new things, new people you're gonna meet along your journey in life. Remember, this is an experience. Uh, this is you're living an experience in a physical body, not the other way around. Remember what we are, and it's about evolving, man. You know, technology. I don't know if y'all notice, but technology has been around for thousands and thousands of years, just in a different form. We just now rediscovering everything that was already here. There is nothing new under the sun, and it's really not. And Paul said that he was right. It just was a different form then than it is now. You understand what I'm saying? So, look at the pyramids. People still don't understand what those pyramids really are, but I know what they are. And Nikolai Tesla discovered it years ago. He was right. And I say that to say this, man. Get ready for the new. Out with the old, get ready for the new, baby. It's a new day, it's a new future, it's a new present. And we're gonna be all right. Feel me? We're gonna make it, man. We just gotta learn how to let go of the old stuff, man. Because that's what really stops us from moving forward. You're trying to hold on to old things. You know what I mean? That's like me having a old pair of socks, man. Man, throw them shits in the garbage, man. Go get new socks, man. Fresh new things. You know. Uh, well, yeah. Again, thank y'all for tuning in, man, and hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Uh, that's some good news, man. Just got a new job. Just found out today. So yeah, we're ready to start that tomorrow. That's something new, right? You know what I mean? That's something new, something different. You know, I'm excited about it. Most definitely. And another thing, writing down your goals and plans. That's a really good thing to like train your mind to do, and list ideas that you got. When I started my business, my brother always used to tell me, write stuff down, fish, write stuff down. I ain't understand it first. I'm like, I don't need to write it down. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna write down? I got it in my head already. But it helps. It helps train your mind to think ahead. You know what I mean? And um, instead of stagnating. You know what I mean? It's important to write stuff down. It helps. Like, for instance, I wrote down some things about letting things go. Exit that out. Exit. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that go. I ain't gonna hold on to this. I ain't gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna write new things down, And as I go along and I execute my goals, you check them off. You know what I mean? Check off the list. And it helps. That's been helping me. You know, uh, my situations and my time that I had lost everything, man. I lost everything. I'm restarting all over again, man. So, and it's a challenge. I was so used to the old ways, though. I was so used to comfortable in my comfort zone. And God pushed me out of it to bring me into something new. That new, like I said, new friends, new business. Sometimes He allows us to go through situations to strip us of old things that we try to hold on to. We may not realize why. I didn't realize why I couldn't go back and get all the old job. I ain't never been, I could get a job like that, man. And I'm like, what the heck? You know what I mean? What the hell? I can't go back and I know y'all. Come on. You know what I mean? And God had to tell me, like, to do something that you never done, to go somewhere you never been, you gotta do something that you never done. And coming out of my comfort zone, man. Coming out. You know what I mean? As far as, stretching yourself to go further. You know what I mean? And you see new doors opening up for you. You know what I mean? Once you start aligning your thought process with the idea, everything starts coming together for you. You know what I mean? And it works. It really does. And I'm grateful for new friends and new mentors and stuff like that. And I'm excited, man, especially about this podcast. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. And I got more content, more ideas coming along. And, you guys want to, you can subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Send comments. You got ideas. I'm talking about. Last few weeks, I did some things about. Well, a few months ago, I did some things about relationships, romance relationships. I did something on dating sites, websites, how to navigate through them. If you're that type of person, you don't want to meet people outside. If you're a social media person, I teach how to navigate through those things and how to use them the right way. If you want to meet, if you want to meet that person, whatever, relationships, with friends, and managing everything, learning how to manage relationships and stuff like that is super important too. Man, that's another thing. It comes hand in hand with uh, nothing happens overnight. So it's always a process. Remember, it's always a process for something. You know what I mean? It's just a law. It's a process. It's a law, and it's built in the fabric of creation. Think about it. It takes a process for the grass to grow. That's a process. The flowers to bloom. That's a process. You know what I mean? The changing of the weather and autumn when the leaves grow. That's the process. You know what I mean? Even in the wintertime, things die. It's a process. So, then it comes right back around full circle. Everything comes back to life. It's a process, right? So it's very important to understand how process works and to embrace process. Embrace the process. Fall in love with the process. And don't worry about the outcome because that's going to come regardless if you follow the process the right way. You know what I mean? Um, it's definitely going to come. If you fall in love with the process, the outcome, it'll come before you know it. And it'll be sweet. You know what I mean? It'll be sweet. So I learned that from my older brother. Well, shout out to my older brother Quan. Oh yo, hey, check out. I think he's gonna be at Wayne State campus today. I think at 3:00. Motown Dog Slingers, best hot dogs in the city. Bro, doing it. 6-star business. Shout out to my brother Quan and Motown Dog Slingers. Go and get some of that food off that truck. It's a killer. I'm telling you. And he got all kind of stuff on the truck, all different kind of. He got vegan hot dogs for the vegan people. He got a little bit of everything for everybody. So please check out the truck. Motown Dog Slingers is gonna be at Gillian Mall today, right on Wayne State campus. You're gonna be camped there till 3 o'clock. Check it out. Get some of them dogs, baby. Get some of them dogs, man. I'm glad you did. And thank you guys for tuning in, man. I gotta go take care of some things, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. And we're gonna talk about some more things. Got some other topics I want to talk about, discuss. I'm really just starting getting this thing off the ground and moving it. So, you know, and let's talk about it, baby. Fishbowl topics, you know what I mean? Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed day. God bless.